more than welcome to close that guy, whatever you'd like.
Sure.
Alright, so right off the bat, the black shiny substance that we see, that's what we call like sludge buildup. That's just, unfortunately, like the reaction that happens when the pipe starts to fail.
Yeah.
So, looks like we're making a turn. Okay. Pipe's definitely dirty. You got a lot of the buildup.
Mm-hmm. Just want it running lightly, or?
Yeah, so just a nice little stream. Just trying to flush this camera lens off. See if we can get a more crystal clear picture on him. Alright, so now we're getting into like a lot of that buildup where it's just kind of pooling right there.
Yeah.
Can we turn that on higher at all?
Yeah.
Does it have more pressure to it?
I mean, we can turn it all the way on if you want.
Perfect. Let's go that route. Try and get some water to us. Try and wipe this guy off. See my camera just gliding all that stuff around?
Yeah.
There we go, there's the water. They're just sloshing around in the drain line. Would you mind shutting it off for me?
Yep.
Thank you. Alright, so it looks like we're still on this line. Jesus. It's just closing up. Come on. Come on. So I mean, the pipe's still got a lot of that sludge. That's one of the main concerns. It's just holding all that buildup. This is where it dumps into the main line.
Yeah.
Now the main line 3-inch cast iron, it looks great. It's very common when you have these 2-inch lines, that's where the source is. So to give you a better visual of what channel rot is, you can see this is the side of the pipe. See like the groove it kind of carved out in the bottom?
Yeah.
And it's like a little pit, and water like generally sits in the bottom of it. And you kind of see how the camera's kind of like going up. So that's that pit, and then you can see we're going up because we're going from zero slope to positive.
Yeah.
So essentially,
You don't want positive slope in your drains.
as water goes down.
Yeah. I get that much. It makes sense.
So essentially, what's going on, the reason it's backing up is this pipe's telling you essentially the bottom of it is dissipating and that water's just getting stuck there.
Yeah.
And that's why it's coming up here and in there.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I mean, the permanent solution to never have to like snake it or deal with it flooding again
Yeah.
is just put in a whole new drain line.
Yeah.
What you could do to buy you some time, at a minimum, rebuild the handyman concoction.
Yeah.
And then let's do a proper pipe cleaning
Mm-hmm.
with what's called hydrojetting. Now, the hydrojetting is not going to change the integrity or the slope of the pipe,
Mm-hmm.
but where we've seen all that black sludge buildup, it'll help extract some of that and leave the pipe cleaner than it is now.
And in your opinion, when you say buy time, is it like how long until we're basically having to
Not long.
do it?
I mean, it's just it's something I advise to give people an alternative to rather than, oh shoot, this is 20 grand.
Yeah, if the option is do nothing or do something at least. Yeah, and we're definitely in the mindset like we intend to live here a long time. We've been slowly checking off all the things that are at end of life.
I mean, if you're living here for a long time and we fix the full line, it is backed with a 25-year warranty.
Okay.
So it's transferable as well if you ever decide to part ways.
Yeah.
If we're doing any sort of partial repair, like on that guy, or just a cleaning, the partial repair is a 5-year warranty. If we're going to attempt to clean it, it's a 1-year warranty if we're successful.
Yeah.
So.
Got it.
Like down here, I mean, especially that dip, like see no waters in the system anymore and see how it's just puddling?
Yeah.
Kind of dive. But it was more so before we made that big loop where all that black stuff was just built and stuck right there. We had to pull it out. That's one of the more main concerns that I have for the line. Yeah,
and that's very similar to what I was talking about with Ryan, and he was saying that, you start to have issues where it's even the water's leaking into the foundation potentially.
And ultimately it can. I mean, and unfortunately if that happens, it could lead to like foundation home structural issues to the home.
Yeah, so I think, from my perspective, it feels like we need to get it fixed. I think that's likely the route we want to go. It's kind of figuring out a little bit the, how much are we looking at and some of the timing. Because like I said, we have friends of ours that live down here.
Right.
They're out of town until May 10th.
To answer that question first, it only takes us 1 day to do a project like this. People are always like, how it's so big, and it is a big project. What we do, we double up on the crews. So there's three crew members to one crew, so we put 2 crews here, and all 3 of them are on this end, 3 of them are on that end. They kind of meet in the middle.
Got it. And that's mostly just breaking up all the concrete.
What's most time consuming is the break. You'll see once they get the old pipe thrown out, once they build the new pipe, it goes so much quicker. I mean, essentially, they got 20 inches of concrete to break through. With an older home like this, there's a good chance there's going to be rebar stuck in there. And so if that's the case, they got to get a saw and cut through the rebar.
Got it.
Yeah. When we're all said and done, we do pour back concrete. Unfortunately, like finished tile like this.
Yeah.
If it's tile all the way across, or if that's just a rug. The rug we can roll up, but if it's like carpet, we're really good at pulling it out of the tack strip.
Yeah.
When we're done, you just have to have a carpenter come like kick it back into place.
Sure.
And then the tile, unfortunately, you just have to do new tile.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, and it likely, because when I was talking with Ryan, it sounds like it's likely that this stretch from there to here also has
I wouldn't recommend leaving it. If we're going from here to the main,
we might as well.
You might as well add 10 more feet and just go in there. Cause, I mean,
and like the issues we've had here, like, seems like it's backing up before it even gets to any of this problematic pipe. Like, it's pretty quick that it'll back up there.
Yep. It's a volume issue, and the reason we say it's a volume issue, because that pipe's rotted. Unfortunately, we don't have ways to get eyes in there right now.
Yeah.
But that pipe, it's probably just full of water and all that black sludge. And when it's just full, and it's adding, especially pressurized water from the washer, that water needs somewhere to go, so it's sourcing for oxygen to relieve the pressure. That's why it's backing up.
Okay.
So, the reason it's not making it here is because, like I said, it's too full of volume. There's too much volume to allow it in here. But if it made it through here, it would relieve itself right here, and you'd see a big puddle.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I think the biggest thing for us is just understanding like what we'd be looking at from like a cost perspective and like timing. Like I said, if we do find that we want to like jump on it while they're out of town, figuring out if that's feasible.
Especially right there. Like how that sludge is starting to overtake the top of the pipe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that pipe it's starting to go.
Yeah.
Timing perspective. There we go.
Yeah.
We're looking at Wednesday. We can get it done Wednesday. I mean, that was as of 2 hours ago when I checked the calendar.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we're still good for Wednesday. I mean, in perspective of doing it, I mean, I can't speak for your renters. I don't know what their work schedule's like, but I mean, now it's almost like a great time to do it because we don't have to inconvenience them.
Well, that's where I'm at. I'm like, they're in the UK for until they get back in a little under 2 weeks. So I'm like, if we could jump on it and then potentially even get some people here to fix up some of the tile and stuff before they even get back, that's ideal. And it sounds like when I was talking to Ryan, it sounded like he was saying it would pretty much be straight down this hallway to connect over there. So that's all carpet. It's mostly the tile here.
And so to get into the main line, what I was wondering myself, if you want, I can walk down there and show you.
Sure.